Hey guys, welcome to Wild Talk. There's a lot to talk about today, so let's get it. We're living in days and times where we have to be careful. And not only that, we also have to be knowledgeable. Because there are many things that are out there that can affect our lives and can hurt our families. So we have to approach it in a way that we are not only careful, but we're knowledgeable. So what we're talking about today is budget emergency preparedness. We as a people, we need to be prepared. We normally depend on people to help us, such as the government. But guys, I want to let you know, even the government right now is saying, you should have emergency supplies in your home, because there's a good chance if they're busy helping other people, they may not be able to get to you right off the bat. And you need to be able to take care of yourself and your family until help arrives, if help arrives. Because sometimes, in many cases, help never arrives for some people. Many people have died waiting for help, weren't prepared. Help never arrived. They're no longer here. And I don't want that to be you guys. So that's what we're talking about today. So get your pen and pad ready. I'll post some links down below so you can look these things up for yourself and be educated. Because even in the Bible, what does God say? He says, my people are destroyed for lack of knowledge. So typically, what we go through in this country, we have hurricane season, right? Everybody loves hurricane season, right? You get to go on a surprise vacation sometimes, where you got to leave and go stay in a hotel with your family all jumbled up probably in one room because nobody was really expecting it. But it happens. Now, it's not all the time we have to leave. But there are some occasions where we get surprised things like flooding. Like recently here, a dam broke, people got flooded in, they needed rescuing. I mean, what's going on? In California, you have wildfires. I mean, every time you look around, there's a wildfire. You have storm surges, you have cyclones, you have just flooding, landslides. Be prepared. So what does that mean by be prepared? For one, you do need to know what's going on around you so that you can know whether you need to start preparations. Not as in preparations as in getting things ready, preparations as in, do I need to move my family? Things of that sort. So don't try to gather food or water in a hectic situation. That is the worst thing you can do. You put yourself in danger because you have millions of other people out there trying to do the exact same thing that you're doing. And not only that, some of them are deadly people. You will be amazed at how violent people can get when they're afraid and when they're so scared that they're going to watch their family members get hurt or even die. You don't want to be in that situation. Don't put yourself in that situation. Don't put other family members in that situation. All it needs is a little preparation. Do you pay for car insurance? Do you have life insurance? Those are preparations for bad times. Same thing here. This is a preparation for bad times. And yes, bad times are coming. It's inevitable. Scientifically proven. So, if you look back at things such as Katrina, Sandy, when things go south, so does some of the morals that people carry when they're comfortable. When you're comfortable, yeah, you can make those choices like, oh, I want to share, I want to give. But when you're not comfortable and when you're scared, you want to hold on to what you know will save your life or the life of your family. And guess what? That can create strife between you and another person who wants what you have. So, be careful. I mean, you can look at the situations in California where wildfires are making people homeless. Some people are living exactly with what they can carry, what they can grab within a few minutes because they have to evacuate. This fire is raging down the hillside to their home and they have to get out before the roads are cut off. Let's get prepared. Let's start. So, do you have your pen and pad ready? Because I'm about to give you some things that you probably don't know, and if you do know, kudos to you. All right, there are foods that don't expire. So you can go out and purchase these things and you can put them away in your tote or a backpack. So first, salt. Salt does not expire, people. You can store salt and it's necessary. Iodized salt, you need it. Rice, if stored properly, you can keep rice for a very long time. Yes. Very long time. Dried grains, sugar, yeah, sugar, and honey. And this is definitely a list for you. My top 10 must-have for emergencies is 2 weeks supplies minimum. That's just the start. So 2 weeks supply minimum. Number 1, baby wipes. So it's a great way to stay hygienic. And with that being said, please have a bucket. I mean, it's great. You can store most of your supplies in it anyway. A bucket with trash bags. There you go. Now you can make poo-poos and pee-pees and you can dispose of it outside of your home. The next, I would say a backpack. So just like the bucket, you can store some items in there as well. A radio. Now, I'm not just talking about a radio just to hear broadcasts. I'm talking about a radio as in a walkie-talkie or a ham radio. Something where you can actually communicate with other people. Another is cash on hand. Now, how much cash depends on you. How are you preparing? Are you preparing to leave and go out of town? Do you just want to stay? Probably buy some gas for your generator. I mean, that's completely up to you. But for me, I would have a minimum of $500 cash on hand. Cash, and not in big bills, in small bills, because you may get into a situation to where people can't break those big bills, and you don't want to hand over any more money than you absolutely have to. Number 6, mobility. There we go, talking about leaving if we have to. You want to get out of the way of danger. If you can leave, leave. That right there takes away half the stress, as if you're no longer in a danger zone. And the next one that comes in is power. How are you going to keep your medication, usable? Especially if you have insulin, if you have babies, if you have someone that's elderly or sick already and they may need some type of machine. I mean, power is very necessary. But if you're not in that situation and all you need are some flashlights or lanterns, then you should have batteries at the minimum. Another one, so at number 4, the ability to cook. Now, I know people say, oh, I got my grill outside. Well, yeah, that's good if you're staying home. But what if you're leaving? How are you going to cook? What if you have to camp out? So you need to figure out a way that you can cook the food that you actually brought with you. And number 3, I would say a medical kit and guide. There's no need to have a first aid kit if you don't know how to use it. So there are plenty of videos on YouTube that can teach you how to do basic first aid. I know, oh, people, I don't have money for the classes. Well, that's great. Neither do I. But I try to educate myself as much as possible because I don't want to be in a situation where I need it and I don't know what to do. Antibiotics, you can buy them online. Animal antibiotics or fish antibiotics, you can buy them online. Now, I'm not telling you that's what you should do, and I am not a professional. I in no way take responsibility for your actions, so what you do is what you do and you're responsible for them, but I'm letting you know that you can buy antibiotics online. Number 2, food supply. Now, I'll put a link in here to a food supply list, but it's really simple, and I'll go over that now. You can buy some ready-to-eat canned goods. Go to Sam's Club, you can buy them in bulk. You can buy ready-to-eat meats, fruits, vegetables, and if the can top doesn't pop open, please get a can opener. Also, oats. Really simple to cook. Oatmeal. Take it with you. As long as you store it correctly, it's fine. Doesn't need to be refrigerated or anything. Pasta. Same thing there. Dried grains such as grits, mesa, corn, ground corn, canned beans. If you don't want to do all of that, dry goods, then that's fine because it does take a lot of additional water to cook those things. It does. So if you know you're already you're not storing a whole lot of water that you can probably take with you or even in your home to use, then you do want to use something that will take less water for you to use to actually prepare it. So canned beans. Dried beans takes a lot more water to cook with. Rice, flour, Pancake mix make things really easy. Salt and whatever seasonings you like, because you're going to get tired of eating the same old, and you want to spice it up a little bit, you know, to keep spirits high. Sugar and just regular iodized salt. Another thing you can buy is protein bars or fruit bars. Dried cereal and granola bars. Peanut butter. Yes, people, I know a lot of people are like, I don't really care. Listen, peanut butter is amazing. You have a lot of protein there. You have sugars there. Believe me, PB&J can turn the world around. And I'm going to link a list below that you can go check out for yourself. And another, number one, and I cannot emphasize how important this is, water. Water, first and foremost. If you don't store anything else, please store some water. Yes, water. You can go up to 2 to 3 weeks almost starving. But water, you got about 2 to 3 days. Even though you have water, get something that you can also use to purify water. So whether you need to have the pots and pans that you can boil water and purify it, or purifying tablets. I mean, come on, guys. Now, something bonus. This is the bonus. You definitely need to have something to protect yourself. Whatever you want that to be, that's fine. It doesn't matter. But you need something to protect yourself and your family. Because I'm going to let you know right now that there are going to be people out there who are going to be in desperate situations and are not thinking straight. And you have what they need. And yes, if you want to give it to them, go ahead. If you don't want to give it to them, you make that choice. But you need to prepare for either consequence. Because even if you do give it to them, they may kill you anyway. Because maybe they're afraid you're going to come back and retaliate. And that leads to my next point. Operational security. You need to come up with a plan. How are you going to secure your family and your supplies? What are you going to need to do? Whether you need to form a group where the group has people who are watching, people who are surveilling the area, whatever. Checkpoints in your area, in your community that you have cordoned off to protect the group, whatever. Help may come. Maybe it will come too late. But you need to be in a situation to where no matter what, you will be okay. And your family will be okay. And you won't have to live with any regrets. And that's basically it. I love you guys. Thank you for watching Wild Talk. Don't forget to share. Please share. Because maybe everybody may not know this. So share. Like or not like. Subscribe if you do. I love you guys. Out.